Stop chasing. Look, it's Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and you know I'm on a mission to make you some money. Listen, today I got a great video for you. I'm going to talk about where the market is going next. Okay, are we going up? Coming down. We're going to consolidate for a little bit. What does the rest of the year have in store? What are we going to do when we roll into 2026? I got you covered. All right. If this is your first time seeing my face, your first time on Marcel Profits, welcome. Okay. We got a great video in store for you. Anybody else, hit that like button, hit that, put some comments to get this into the algorithm. If this video was helpful for you and you are not subscribed to the page, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that button, all right? But only if it gives you value. All right, we don't need to be following people that's not giving us something that we're gonna be able to use. All right, so I'm gonna jump into the charts in just a second to just show you guys what I'm seeing in the market. All right, so as soon as this pulls up, we will jump right into it. Oh, I hope y'all also enjoyed y'all holiday, man. You know, I had me a beautiful spread, man. You know, went to see some friends, had some friends drop some food off. You know, my boy Zay, co-founder of the Prosperity Collective with me, came and dropped off a care package. I'll put it up here in the video. All right, so I got NVIDIA pulled up, and I'm just gonna kind of like go over some things that I'm seeing. This is a play that I'm in right now. I'm in a swing in NVIDIA, so that's why this is currently pulled up. But let's just go look at the market at large, right? Let's just go see what the market is doing. I'll give you guys a good indication of what's to come. So we're gonna go. You know, whenever we talk about the market, we're typically talking about SPY, right? We're typically talking about SPY. SPY makes up, some of the biggest companies in the game. So when we talk about the market, we're talking about SPY, Mag 7, all that stuff. Right? When I look at SPY on a daily, it looked bullish. We're gonna look at it on a weekly. It looks very bullish. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that we're gonna continue higher. Right now, there are some gaps that I have drawn here to the downside that do need to get cleaned up. And they most likely will get cleaned up, but I just don't know if it's going to be, in the short term. I have this, it could be sometime, a surprise or sneak attack, mid next year or in the fall or something like that. We just never can predict that. Nobody has a crystal ball. But when you look at this, it was super bullish this week, right? This is how it performed this week with the holiday, right? So we had a reversal right here at a level, which was actually a retest of the breakout here. And not only did we come back and retest it, but we got the confirmation close on the weekly. So we should see new highs next week, right? That's what I'm thinking. So when I go, let's just go look at some individual stocks that are on, S&P. Palantir on the weekly, it just made this is a bullish harami off an order block. So it came down, and the body is inside of a larger bearish candle that bounced off of an order block, a bullish order block. So we should be seeing a retrace to highs. We should be going and touching 200 something, next week on Palantir. I'm actually currently in a Palantir swing right now, up about 60% so far. So yeah, Palantir should go. Anything tech, right? Anything that you'll see on S&P should have that same situation. Let's see. Let's just go test it, right? We don't want to guess. Let's go look at Tesla. What's Tesla looking like? Same situation. Very bullish on the weekly, y'all. Again, when you see a down move like this and then you see a reverse hammer at the end of a down move, it is a reversal signal, and this week we got the confirmation. So yeah, like I said, at bare minimum, we should be going to retest highs across the tech sector. Unless there's some sort of wrench that's thrown in the plan. I know there is some data that's supposed to be coming out. So, there could be a lot of people that are leaning into, this bullish technical sentiment, and we could get a rug pull just based off of a fearful reaction to the data that we get that comes in. So we definitely want to, be mindful of that. Like it's never a guarantee to the upside or any direction that a technical is saying, but the probability is in the favor of the technicals, right? So based on technicals, we have the highest probability of going up, but a probability is still a probably, right? It's not a guaranteed. So there's still a chance that things do fall. So, if you're in a play, it's not, it's not to worry, right? There's no reason to get out, but you do want to also be mindful that there is a possible downside. You want to be prepared for that. So anything that takes out lows is when I would be like, okay, it's probably time to jump ship on plays that I'm in, right? If we get a slight pullback on Monday, that actually would be a good time to enter a lot of plays, right? Because if on the weekly it's saying it's bullish and we get some a little bit of bearish sentiment, but it can still hold this structure, like meaning it doesn't break below the previous week, we should be good. Or I'm sorry, right here, the previous week. This will be the previous week next week. So this green candle, if it doesn't break below the low on that, we should be good. So we just get a little bit of bearish action, right? Where we close, like on Palantir, we closed at what? I'm sorry, this is Tesla. Closed at 430.19, right? Say it opens at like 426 or something like that, like right about there. I would be interested in taking that, right? I would be interested in seeing how it it acts in the first hour of the market. And if it's bearish and it finds some sort of level of support on like the hourly, I'd be very interested in taking calls out to next week so that I can catch that full move without too much drawdown. All right, so that's the game plan. That's what I'm looking at. Like I said, everything is looking bullish across the board. Everything. Amazon bullish. Nvidia. That looks like, I'm not gonna say so much bullish, but it looks like a strong reversal for sure. So this could be the confirmation candle. So all next week could be the confirmation candle for a continuation on Nvidia on the weekly. But yeah, everything looks like it's going up right now. I will leave you with this knowledge. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. I will leave you with this knowledge. It's like when stuff does look very obvious, a lot of times something can take place, especially like if it looks obvious like around data. You know what I mean? So I just want you all to be cautious. Don't get into anything prematurely. Make sure you're just kind of like keeping an eye on what's going on. And again, like y'all go do that homework that I talked about in the last video. Really take your time to do the homework. Just look through stocks. Take a couple of hours and just look through a stock that you particularly love for like 2 years. Look at what it did on the setups that you love for 2 years. Calculate how many times did this setup happen? How many times did it work out? When it worked out, what was the average distance that it went? That's gonna make you a fucking dog. You understand what I'm saying? This is the reason that my instincts in the market are so intense, because I've looked at charts for years. Like, okay, yeah, this is what happens when this happens. Okay, this is what happens when this. Oh, it goes about this far when this happens, and this is taking place at the same time. Oh, when this type of news comes in, it tends to have this reaction, right? And doing that with every setup that you like. I'm telling you, when you take the time to do that, you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to go into the market and print money. You will never have a perfect path in trading. The top 0.1%ers are not perfect traders. You will never reach that status, but you will have the instinct to almost every time get it correct, with a few things that throw you off, just because that's just life. That's just the market. Nobody gets it right 100% of the time. All right, that's all I got for you, man. Again, it's always love over here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to Marcel Profits yet, go ahead and do that. If you're looking for a trading community, the TPC is the only way. I'm gonna run that forever. You know what I mean? The TPC is the only way, the best value on the internet. I don't care what anybody says. Ask the people in the collective. All right, I love y'all. Remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.